before we do all this, like, just tell the people. Okay, so Mike touched on this point about how when we met, because this is all we got to give him the story.
Shit, not this story, this fucking story. He gonna tell y'all his version, and then I'm gonna tell you my version, and then y'all tell us which one is more believable.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you the truth, and then he's gonna tell you whatever kind of bullshit we want to talk about. But what happened? So I'm like,
you gotta set the stage.
I'm like 18 years old.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 18, 19.
Where are you at in life? All that.
Which of course. So I'm like 18, 19. Got arrested for doing some crazy shit. We ended up, buddy of mine and I got pulled over. There was some other people's belongings in the car, like a wallet in the car with somebody else's name, address, all that shit. Cops pulled us over, found that wallet, said, hey, this is stolen. It was under my seat. I was in the passenger seat. It was under my seat, so they gave me the charge too. So I ended up getting, got arrested and all that shit. In order to avoid any kind of like serious jail time, because I just turned 18, in order to avoid that shit, they were like, let's go to this pre-trial diversion shit, where they were like, all right, so we require you to have a job, finish high school, do all this, one of the requirements, get into rehab. So I was in this rehab little program with some people, and so we were out there hanging out, 18 years old, hanging out at Waffle House at,
it was like 11 o'clock at night.
Just late, just late as fuck, hanging out, just a bunch of sober kids in this little rehab program, hanging out at Waffle House. I go in, I'm a beef man. I like me some beef. I ordered me a nice big chopped steak. I was hungry as fuck. Nice chopped steak. I was like, but you know what? Go ahead. But as I was like, I know this is some frozen ass meat. Let me ask them to go ahead and like cook it, like cook this shit all the way through. I was like, can you cook this shit all the way through? So I asked them for that. The chopped steak came. It wasn't cooked all the way through. It wasn't right. The chopped steak was all fucked up.
Wait, who was the cook?
Wait. No. I haven't gotten to that part yet. Chopped steak wasn't cooked all the way through. So sent it back. Got a little grief. I could tell there was some tension. They were kind of pissed off that I sent the chopped steak back. So the chopped steak comes back, whatever. I eat it up, hang out with my friends, whatever, having a good time. We're all hanging out outside, smoking cigarettes and shit. And next thing you know, the cook comes out. The cook that's pissed off because I asked him to recook my chopped steak comes out. and me and my friends, we're just kicking it, hanging out, having a good time, laughing, joking, whatever.
Just innocent as fuck. Innocent kids.
Just young as fuck, just laughing, being stupid. And just, I'm just looking around, and just because my eyes dart over in his direction, this is the cook right here. This is the cook. The cook looks at me, he says, what the fuck are you laughing at? He's like, what? Do you think this is like, what? Is it funny that you sent the chopstick? He got pissed off and tried to start some shit with me in the parking lot of the Waffle House over a chopstick. And
you felt uncomfortable.
And I got very uncomfortable. I didn't want to get my ass whooped in front of like a whole bunch of a bunch of my friends and shit. I didn't want to be all embarrassed and feel like a dumbass in front of all my friends. I didn't want to get in a fight. I was the most peaceful I think that I've probably been in my entire life. I was peaceful. It was innocent. I was just laughing with my buddies, and I glanced over. Our eyes happened to meet at some point, and he thought that I was laughing at him about the chopped steak. Wow. So he comes at me, trying to fight me over a chopped steak. Situation was ridiculous. It was stupid. Everything. We dissolved the whole shit. Whatever. Everybody leaves. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, 2-3 weeks later, like a month later, whatever.
Right, a couple months later.
Yeah. I'm hanging out at one of my little sober buddies' like apartments. Come through. Because he's like, yeah, man, I know this person that makes music. I know this person, hey, he was like a painter and all that shit too. He's like, hey, let's come over and just paint some music and listen to some music with these guys that I know that do music. So I came through, and guess who the producer is? It's Angry Waffle House Cook Chop Steak Man. He's the fucking producer, and so from the very moment we were like, what? But literally within seconds we squashed that shit, and it was like, oh, you do music? Oh, I play music? Oh, we realized we have something in common. We have something in common, and that too, that we could benefit each other in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I think that immediately was apparent to us. Like, hey, you know what? this would be a good person to have in my life.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, facts.
So,
all right, so my side, so this is how it happened. I'm minding my fucking business, all right? Yes, at the time, I was attending the Art Institute during the day, and I was cooking at night. I was working my way through school and shit, right? So I'm like the little chef or whatever. I'm trying to do, I'm just a college kid, just don't bother nobody, just want to go to school and work and support myself, that's it. People used to love me at that fucking Waffle House. They used to love me. People used to come in there and like praise me for how I used to cook the food, right? So one night,
I cooked that food so good.
So one night,
he's lying.
I'm in there, and this loud group of teenagers just come in, like this loud group of kids come in, just all loud and just. I mean, they wasn't like drunk or nothing, because like you said, they were sober, but they was just like loud, making all this noise, and just had no regard for other people. Like it's other people in there trying to relax, and they just all loud and making all this noise and shit. Yeah, so I'm like, who the fuck are these kids? So anyway, they all sit down. I thought he was black, because this motherfucker had curly hair and shit. I thought he was a black dude, but all the other people look white. So I was like, what is he doing with all these? I was like, that's kind of weird. But anyway.
Mixing races is weird.
No, it's just because it was literally probably like 9 white kids, and you was the only black kid.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like, what the fuck? Like, he don't got no black friends? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, really? Poor him. So he sit down, he eat the food, whatever. No, I make all their food. He fucking, he ordered a chopstick. This motherfucker said, I want it medium. That's what he said. He said either medium or medium well, some shit like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he wanted medium, all right. So then I cooked the shit like the way he fucking said, the way that I always do. And then this motherfucker gonna say, it's not cooked enough. It's not, or either it was not cooked enough or cooked too much, something. I'm like, this picky ass motherfucker. Ain't nobody else complained. There's 9 other people at the table. Nobody else had a complaint but this motherfucker. All right, you want to make you another one? Fuck it, I'll make you another one. I make him another one. Here, you happy now? All right, take the shit, right? So then I was cool. I was straight. I was fine. I didn't feel no type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then I go outside, minding my business. This is back when I used to smoke. So I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm minding my business. And, I'm sitting out there just being cool, just like thinking about class the next day. Just, and he comes outside and he's like, yeah. And he's like, give me these eyes, like, I'm like, what? So he got all his boys with him. It's like 8, 9 of them, like I told y'all. I'm by myself. He with like 9 people. I'm by myself. So I'm like, I mean, what? You know what I'm saying? What y'all gonna like fucking jump me or something? Like, what's going on? Like, what you looking at? Like, I might have did say what you looking at, but just out of showing him I wasn't scared because he was with 9 people. Not because I was trying to like buck on him. Why would I buck on him? He got 9 people with him. Like, that don't make sense. So anyway, that's how it ended, whatever. And then, like you said, a couple months later, we ran into each other. Well, that story is funny because he always tells it that way and I always tell it this way. He always make it seem like he was the victim, and I feel like I was the victim because I'm like, shit, I was by myself. You was with 9 people. So how can I scare you if you was with 9 people? You know what I'm saying? Cheers, man. That shit was like 15 years ago. That shit was like 15 years ago.
See, this is how I know he's lying. Is that
I am exaggerating. I'm exaggerating.
He's not intimidated by a group of white people.
Definitely not.
He's not intimidated by a group of white people. He will not be. No. Oh my God.